Hey, welcome back. Welcome back to the 50 Plus Project. This week we're going to talk about unleashing your potential, taking action without fear. I'm going to walk you through the process of point number 1, recognizing the source of your fear.
Welcome to the 50 Plus Project, the podcast dedicated to empowering men over 45 to thrive in every aspect of life. So let's dive in and start living our best lives together.
Hey guys, welcome back to the 50 Plus Project. Welcome. If you're new here, please like and subscribe. And if you're coming back, thank you again for listening. In this episode, we are going to talk about unleashing your potential, taking action without fear. The issue comes as you get older. You get held back even more and more and more. You get held back about different things that have happened in your life because your life experiences can have a positive or negative influence on you. And those negative influences will create fear. Fear of judgment, fear of failure, fear of loss, fear of not being good enough. Because maybe in the past you weren't. But let's, over the next few weeks, work on unleashing your potential by taking action without fear. Because at least in my world, at least in my thinking, fear is something that is creating a roadblock for you to move to the next level in your life, the next phase of your life, the 2.0 version of yourself. Fear is what holds everybody back. And probably for a reason of something that occurred to you in the past. So over the next few episodes, we're going to deep dive into different aspects of unleashing your potential by taking action without fear. And does this mean that fear is going to disintegrate? No, it's just going to be easier to act without fear each and every time that you do it. With that being said, if you're interested in becoming if you're interested in being on this podcast, please leave a comment below and we'll get back to you. If you have something you want to share, success, failures, weaknesses, strengths, anything, we'd love to have you as a guest. All right, guys, let's start deep diving in. Right now, as the main point of unleashing your potential by taking action against fear, you need to recognize the source of your fear. Is it internal versus external judgment? Self-doubt is your internal. Usually those are things that happen to you that you don't think you're good enough, you don't think you're smart enough, you don't think you're rich enough, you don't think you're able to. You don't think you speak well, you don't think you are the best for the job, for the position. You're not the best to be the best version of yourself. Those are all internal things. And typically those internal things have occurred to you by a issue that you had in your past, unfortunately, from your childhood. Yes, we may be in midlife, but those things come and haunt you. External judgment emphasizes on what other people might think of me. The judgment that you get from those around you, family, friends, acquaintances, people you don't know, keyboard warriors. But understand that internal judgment is often the biggest hurdle. Those are the things that have occurred to you in the past that has created those roadblocks of fear within your system. It may be a failed business in which you thought you were not good enough when you were in your 20s. It might be someone screwed you when you were in your 30s and you feel like that the only way to do good business is to be shady. Because you see those people around you that unfortunately had success but are not good people, and you're a good person, so you figure that I can't do this because only those individuals that are shady can. And that's just not the truth. You may have been hurt in the past, absolutely have been hurt in the past. If you haven't been at this time, at this juncture in your age, you're not doing something right. You might have been hurt in relationships, in business, in entrepreneurship, family matters. And those are all causing these internal judgments of yourself that you're not good enough. But we are here for you. And we need to get over those, because guess what? Those are the past. And in order to achieve greatness in your life, the 2.0 version of yourself, the next version of yourself, you need to stop listening to the fear in the past and overcome them by taking action. The external judgment, guess what? It will never go away. You are judged from the moment that you wake up and enter a different room to the moment you go to bed. You can't let people's judgment of you impede your future. Show them that they are wrong. Arrive at those meetings dressed well, prepared, knowing that no matter what judgment that comes in your way, you're operating at the best version of yourself, and you will surpass them. And each and every person you surpass, guess what? They will judge you. So you just need to get that past you, that let them judge you, because usually judgment comes from a point of insecurity. They're insecure about the progress that you're making. So, in order to overcome that fear, by taking action against fear, unleashing your potential, you have to recognize what those internal judgments are. Where do they come from? Do they come from that failed attempt that may have helped your team win that game? Or sitting on stage and forgetting your lines? Or a teacher telling you that you're not good enough? Or a parent telling you you're not good enough? Or insert anything there that created that internal fear of judgment on yourself. You need to understand where it came from. Most of the time it came from a parent or a loved one or someone close to you. But now it's time to challenge that narrative. Is it really a valid internal judgment on yourself? Are you truly basing the facts, or are these just assumptions? Because typically fear and anxiety is on an assumption of what is going to happen in the future of your life, not what is actually happening. So you must take those negative thoughts and reframe them into positive. Use it as fuel to be the best version of yourself. So reframe those negative thought patterns in your head, no matter what they were from, whether they were from family, friends, people you don't know, external, internal judgment. It doesn't really matter. Once you realize that those are just judgments that are typically not true, they're just a negative thought pattern that has been in the process of your own mind for decades, that is hard to shake. Understand that you need to reframe those negative thoughts in order to be the best version of yourself, the second version of yourself. Remember the quote that man has two versions of himself? The first version is when he was born. The second version is when he realizes there is no second. So think about all those people that judge you, whether it's your own internal judgment, whether it's those negative connotations that came from a bad presentation, from people judging you, from your parents saying you did bad when you were younger, your failures and your successes. And use those to reframe into positive action. Because guess what? The only way to overcome the negativity in your life, to unleash your potential, is taking action. Taking action knowing that there's fear there. Knowing that the action will push you beyond fear. And the more you take action past your fear, the closer the next version of yourself is, the successful version of yourself, the perfect version of yourself. And I want to use perfect loosely because I don't think there is perfection. But it's your perfectly imperfect person. So within the next few days, could be weeks, could be months, there's no time frame to not only your success, but moving past your failure. To unleash your potential, taking action is paramount without fear. So I want you to think about those internal versus external judgments, where they're coming from. Why are they giving you limiting beliefs? Are they from society? Are they from those individuals that probably don't want to see you fail again? Is it coming from a place of love? Is it coming from a place of regret? Is it coming from a place of anger? And then take those and change the narrative. Understand, is this real, or is this a limiting behavior or judgment that you're putting on yourself based upon what you're fearful of? And then take action. Take action today and every day. Could be small, could be huge, doesn't really matter as long as you take action to be the next version of yourself, the best version of yourself. Remember, like I always said, we have time, but we're running out of time. So take action today. Thank you. Keep listening, and let's get moving together.